Good morning. Welcome again to another daily dose from your Covid Chaplain. G'day. And I hope you've been enjoying some newness this week. I've been banging on about this now for several days and prompting you to think about new ways to do things, new ways to see things, newness and freshness in your life, and I trust that you really are enjoying that. A good focus to have, actually, especially in a season when we're given the opportunity to think about new things, because the old things are the old patterns are being disrupted. But I'm sure there are some of you out there that have a bit of a complaint with me right now, and I thought it might be good for me to address that with you. I dare say there are some of you saying, Pastor Chris, don't talk to me about newness, and don't talk to me about trying to make things new. You don't know how difficult it is. I have tried and I have tried. And my husband or my wife or my kids or my parents or my circumstances have not budged. If you're talking about newness, I haven't seen it and I have nothing I can do to get it. And that is tough. And I'm sorry for you to being in that situation. There are difficult people. I help and work with lots of different families, and I know of situations where we've basically given up on plan A and had to look at plan B and then maybe even plan C and trying to work out how to make the situation work as best we can, right? So I understand that you can't just snap your finger and have some happy smile on your face and make all your troubles go away. It doesn't quite work like that, okay? But I want to take you back to what I mentioned. It would have been Monday when I started the whole theme, the verse that God gave to me all those years ago, centuries ago when I was a teenager. The verse where God made a promise. You see, this verse, behold, I will do something new among you, is God speaking. And who said he was going to do something new? Now, I've been putting it on you, admittedly, because that's the kind of thing I do. I'm a chaplain. I want to stir people and encourage people and get them moving. And I've encouraged you to look at newness and to try things and to do things. But this particular verse, the verse that's very precious to me, specifically says that God is the one promising to do it. So today, I want to encourage those of you that are really struggling and feel like, what's the use of doing anything? I've tried it all before. That today is the day to ask God to fulfill your promise, God. Keep your promise, God. I'm going to call you today to keep your promise. Your word says, God, that you will do something new among me. And I know for a fact I can't do it. I've tried. So if you're the one that says you're going to do it, I ask you in Jesus' name to bring newness into my life. Dump it on me. Pour it on me. Invade my home with newness, because there's no way I'm going to be able to get it myself. If it means getting through to my relatives and my family, my marriage or my children or my parents, God, you're going to have to do that one. Send that newness in Jesus' name. If it means sorting out my finances and cleaning up all the messes from the past, woohoo! God, I need you to do that newness, because there's no way I can do that. God, if it means that you've got to give me purpose and you've got to give me victory on the inside, you know what I'm struggling with in here, and you know how defeated I feel. If there's going to be newness, it has to be you that brings that newness into me and through me. So today is the day to start calling on God to do the new things that he said he would do. I guess that means you've got to have a bit of faith. You've got to believe if God said it, yeah, God will keep his word. And then you come to God and say, God, I hear your promise and I ask you to do it in Jesus' name. I ask you for newness. Now, today as you go through the day, and you're going to be thinking about it, I hope, because you've thought about it all week, you'll think about certain areas where your failure to get newness is a bit of a thorn in you. You know, it bothers you. Newness in your marriage, or newness in your relationships, or newness in your finances, or your health, or your circumstances, or dealing with things from the past. As you struggle with those things and they bother you today, this is the time to say, God, I call on you for newness in Jesus' name. Rescue me. Do what you promised you would do. Break through in my life. I'm reminded of the story of a preacher, Jack Hayford, actually, and a man I have great respect for, met many, many years ago in my teenage years. And he was talking about the fact that he was wanting to bless the Hayford family, because that was his family. He wanted to see them blessed. And he would take the name of Hayford into God's presence. His father was doing the same thing. to see God's blessing. And there was a particular member of the family who lived in a very remote place and didn't really have any relationship with God. And the prayer was basically, don't forget this one. Don't forget this member of the family. And it turned out that one day some traveling salesman had managed to get themselves all the way out to where this person was in the middle of nowhere and knocked on the door. And this person called Hayford answered the door and said, hello. He said, yeah, I'm here to talk to you about X, Y, Z. And are you interested in it? And there was a relationship and a connection brought out because of the business, whatever the product was that was being offered. But that then began to open the door for God to begin to move in this sort of hard to reach person in a bit of an awkward, out of the way situation. So friends, there are out of the way situations for you, situations that you want God to move in that are going to be a little bit tricky. They're not quite so easy to deal with. But God is the master of being able to do those things. So today's your day to say, God, I'm sure you've got it under control. God, I trust you. God, I keep you to your promise. I ask you, fulfill your promise of newness in me and in my circumstances today, because that's what I'm asking you to do. So keep that as your prayer right through the day. Call on God. Keep knocking on the door. Keep reminding him that you're looking for him to bring newness, and I believe he will. So as you pray that prayer, as you get through your day, as you think about new things today, may God bless you.